Hey folks, Jack Spirko here with Miyagi Mornings, episode 41 today. And today we're going to do another episode about cryptocurrency. I usually don't do back-to-back cryptocurrency episodes, and I tend to try not to do two cryptocurrency episodes in the same week to create variety. But some of the follow-up I got on yesterday's episode and some of the FUD that's being sent to me about how Bitcoin is going to die because of Tether, I have to do this. I have to kind of do some follow-up on this, and I need to cut off, at least in my audience, this freaking FUD storm about Tether. If you're not familiar with Tether, you're probably better off, except I did mention it yesterday. So Tether is a US dollar coin. It is designed to maintain a ratio of 1 Tether to $1, and it'll fluctuate generally between about 98 cents and $1.01 on most days. A little bit here and there. But overall, it basically maintains a $1 per one coin rate. It's designed to do that. The thing that happened yesterday is, first of all, I talked about trading small amounts of cryptocurrency. Basically, some money comes in every month. I use that. I collar it with trades on sell and buy until I make a little bit of money off it. Then I move it off the exchange. Well, I had to have some people like, it's not your keys, it's not your coins. Okay, fine. Great. How the hell are you going to conduct exchange without an exchange? Now, there are some ways that we can do that. The polarity exchange is one way to do that, and they use Tether as their reserve. So actually, they are my keys and they are my coins when I'm using polarity and other DEX exchanges, but that's not the subject of today's show. Let's say you're using an exchange like Binance or Bittrex or CoinEx, and you're holding the money while you're trading it. For God's sakes, folks, wake up. The other thing was, Tether's going to collapse. Someday everything might collapse. Who knows? There's been some scary stuff around with Tether. But once it got linked to, like, if Tether fails, Bitcoin is doomed. It's like, okay, to be blunt, will you stop fucking listening to people that have no fucking idea about anything to do with cryptocurrency and their opinions about fucking cryptocurrency? Because they do not know what the fuck they're talking about. Owning a Medium blog page does not make you a fucking expert about the fucking square root of fuck all. Is that clear enough? Alright, so let's now back up and be kind, grandfatherly Jack, and explain what Tether is, what it isn't, how it works, what it does, and what it doesn't. Okay? And why people use it. So, the assertion being made by the FUD, which is fear, uncertainty, and doubt, if you've been hiding under a rock for the past 25 years. The FUD around cryptocurrency is, Tether is this. If Tether dies, Bitcoin dies with it. I invite you to look up the term Bitcoin obituaries in your favorite search engine and read all the times Bitcoin died over the last freaking, 11, 12 years. It's hysterical to read. It's funny as shit. Okay, so first of all, there's a massive track record of these types of fear-based predictions being proven wrong, and the people that sent them to me when I was saying in 2014 to buy Bitcoin, and they didn't, today are saying, maybe I should have listened to Jack, instead of these asstards who are just looking for a reason to say no. Okay? But Bitcoin came out in about 2011, and Tether, you could not touch Tether, you could not buy Tether on an exchange until 2015, and it didn't get on most of the exchanges until 2016. So how did Bitcoin survive in all that time period without Tether? By being Bitcoin. Okay. So what is the purpose of Tether? The assertion made by these FUD assholes is it's how people onboard to Bitcoin. Without Tether, you can't get Bitcoin. It's impossible. This is the dumbest fucking thing that any of these dumb fucks have ever fucking said. There's a lot of fucks in this episode. There's a reason. I'm tired of this stupid fucking shit, okay? And sometimes you have to be blunt to make people understand how tired you are of shit and how clear you are being about the situation. So this assertion is that Joe decides, I'm going to do all the bullshit necessary to get my fiat currency into cryptocurrency. And I'm going to give them my ID and link a bank account and all that shit so that they know who I am. And then, I want Bitcoin. But instead of just buying Bitcoin, which I can do for fiat at that point, I'm going to buy Tether and then trade it into Bitcoin. And even if it tells you that is too fucking stupid to be worth the freaking oxygen the tree outside your door is making for them. They have no business giving you any opinion about anything. No one would do such a thing. So what's the actual purpose of Tether and other stablecoins, by the way? Let's not pretend like Tether is, it is the only thing that can do this. The only purpose of these damn things originally was when tax guidance wasn't really freaking clear, and it looked like you could do what we would call a like-for-like exchange. In other words, I haven't actually realized the gain because I've traded a crypto to another crypto. That was the original, loophole they were trying to go through. Well, the IRS finally came out with guidance around the same time, coincidentally, saying, well, if you go from crypto to crypto, you've realized your gain. It's a trade, and therefore you have to report your profit or your loss. However, once it was there, it became really easy for exchanges to use and set up an exchange board where Tether was a base currency like Bitcoin and Ethereum had become. And so instead of going into fiat, it made it really easy to go into Tether, because the reason you use Tether or True USD or any of the other dozen stable coins is simply in between trades to park your money in a place where it's stable. That's what it's used for. It's used for trading. It is not used for onboarding. And again, anybody that says it's used for onboarding is so damn stupid. You shouldn't take their advice on how to get down the street that they live on. That's how dumb they are. It is for holding currency intra-trade. That is how it is used. That is what it's used for. So what happens if Tether goes and blows up? Because, do you know that Tether's fractional reserve? Yeah, so are your US dollars. So are your euros, you dumbasses. These people are, well, you're much safer in the bank using that because Tether's fractional reserve, like your bank is. It's tied to the banking system. Yeah, I'm not thrilled with that. It's an instrument that we use during intra-trades, and that way we limit our risk exposure to it. But let's say it goes and blows up. Okay, fine. So CoinEx, Binance, Bittrex, whatever, they switch over their reserve board for stable coins to True USD or DAI or whatever. There'll never be another stable coin ever again. Now, the long-term worry for traders, not straight up investors, the long-term worry for traders is that not traitors, traders, like trading, right? The long-term worry is that if you destroy the ability to have a stable coin, you make trading more difficult for high-frequency traders that do this like day trading. Because it's really quick, easy, and cheap to move from crypto to crypto versus crypto to fiat and fiat back to crypto. So instead of having, and this also enables kind of a loophole like the original intention for all the no KYC exchanges. Yeah, you need to buy crypto with fiat if you don't have any and nobody will pay you in it. And that you need a KYC exchange for, especially as an American citizen. Okay? But once you got your crypto, you can get on a lot of different exchanges, DEX exchanges, even more conventional exchanges. CoinEx would be a great example of one. I'll put a link where you can sign up for CoinEx down there if you want to. So you get on CoinEx and you use, some sort of service that doesn't require your identity to have a phone number to receive your text messages for your confirmations, and you use an online email not directly associated with you. You have a no KYC system set up, or you go to Polarity and you don't even use a phone number. You use an email, which can be any email you create, and you use two-factor authentication, which is not directly associated with you. So now you have that. So now, when you have a stable coin on an exchange like that, once you have your crypto in and out and in and out and all you want to do, and they don't really know, right? They don't like that. I understand that. But my assertion is through technology, we will probably always have some sort of stable crypto to utilize for that, and the exchanges will just use whatever's best at the time. The reason they use Tether mostly right now is it works best for the application. If it ceases to work best for the application, they'll stop using it. And this whole shit about, I'd never hold Tether. No one holds Tether, dummy. Tether's not for holding. Spelled right or wrong. It's not what it's for. It's for intra-trade holding, not long-term holding. It's for, hey, you know what? I think Bitcoin is at a ridiculous all-time high. And I think even if it doesn't go way back down, it's going to pull back. So I'm going to move my money into Tether. I'm going to put in a buy order, just like I talked about yesterday for Bitcoin, at, if I think that's the case at 40 grand, maybe I put in my buy order at 33.5. And I just catch that little extra in the trade. And there's people that do that high frequency with lots of money, day in, day out. And there's people like me that take a little bit of money every month and play it back and forth a little bit before we move it off into our cold storage. And there's everything in between. But that's what it's for. And if Bitcoin can survive freaking Silk Road being taken down, if Bitcoin can survive the Mt. Gox hacks, and all the other supposed things that were going to kill Bitcoin, Tether is a mouse fart in the Bitcoin universe. It is not necessary. And any exchange that begins to feel that Tether is a true risk to them can switch to another stable coin tomorrow morning. It's not even that hard. They probably have to give a little bit of lead time to say, hey, we're going to do this, and in the interim, we're going to have 2 boards, and you need to trade your Tether into this. Otherwise, it's going to be kind of just sitting there, and you're going to have to do something else with it. Take it off our exchange or do something else with it, because we're going to a new reserve currency for our stable coin. But it's not hard. So, when somebody sends you a Medium blog post like they sent me, like 80 of y'all sent it to me and say, this is very disturbing. You don't even know what you're reading. You're looking for a reason to be afraid. And remember what I've always said about cryptocurrency. If you're putting money into it you can't afford to lose, you're a dummy. Don't do that. If you wouldn't spend it on a steak dinner and not worry about it a week from now, or if you wouldn't put it on a craps table in Vegas, don't put it into an investment. Put it into a coffee can under your bed where it won't grow. Or trust your financial advisor. Most of those guys I call financial liars. By the way, there are some good ones out there. You might even be able to find one somewhere in the TSP community, but I can't really comment on that. Anyway, guys, with that, it's been Jack Spirko with another episode of Miyagi Mornings. Do not give in to FUD. It is designed and used for specific reasons, and there is a lot of people out there that want failure from cryptocurrency, and they'll spread any rumor they can. And there's another group of people. There's a whole shitload of people. Little bonus add-in for you at the end, you assholes out there that do this shit. There are people out there that when Bitcoin went parabolic, they sold their Bitcoin at around $25,000 to $27,000. There was a shitload of large institutional holders that did that. One of the largest holders of Bitcoin in the world sold his Bitcoin very publicly, 50% of it, at $25K. And he said, it's not because I don't believe in it anymore. If you look it up, you'll find this is exact quote or very close. I just think at this point it must be treated like any other investment, and I am selling it now at a high point so that when it comes back down, I can buy more of it. You think some of those people might be having a little bit of seller's regret right now? You think some of those people or people that might gain from a short-term drop in Bitcoin, I don't know, like the founder and CEO of Coinbase might occasionally leak FUD just to F with the price to create their own buying opportunities or try to resurrect their bad trades in the past? They just might. I mean, people stab people in the back for like $18 on the street. What do you think large traders who made a bad trade might use their influence to do? It's a long game, folks. Don't buy into the FUD. Take care. I'll be back tomorrow.